Hello, Ryan Piccolo here. I'm here to give my personal opinion of the top 10 saddest parts in anime that I have seen so far. These opinions are biased, and I've only seen 32, actually 33. I just finished my 33rd anime. Um, so I haven't seen a lot of anime that have supposedly sad parts and whatnot, so please forgive me if your saddest parts aren't on here. And here we go. Number 10 is from a good anime named Mushishi. It's Ginkgo's past. I thought it to be very sad because A, he couldn't remember it, which would be like a psychological downer, just like not knowing who you are, where your family is, and B, because basically like the stuff he had to go through. Like, he lost his freaking eye, and it attracted mushi, or like spirit bugs, whatever they are, and he couldn't settle down in a single place, and he didn't really understand why until he figured out, oh, I have to be a mushi master, and it's pretty sad altogether. Alright, number 9 is the death of Lord Sage whatever Jiraiya from Naruto Shippuden. Is also very low on my list. I thought this was overall the saddest part in Naruto so far. It's definitely gonna get sadder, but and there's Naruto fans out there. What about like when Asuma dies, or the third Hokage, or whatever? Get over it. Okay. My personal opinion, Jiraiya dies. Okay, he was Naruto's mentor. He was a goofy comic relief. I loved him. Altogether a great guy. And he was my favorite character, It's very sad. And Naruto has a spouted depression after it. It's very sad. Alright, number 8 is the past of Ichigo Kurosaki from Bleach. When everybody knows it, but he's on the river and his mother gets eaten by the Hollow, with the Grand Fisher, if I'm not mistaken. And very sad. And he suffers from that like years on, even to his teenage years, but eventually like he got to face the Grand Fisher. He didn't beat him, but he like severely wounded him. He's like, "Aha, Lahayan, take that," or something. He was still sad, but he kind of got over it, used to. He says, "Alright, I'm gonna protect people from now on." That's why I like Ichigo. One of the reasons. Alright, number 7 was at the end of Gurren Lagann. If you haven't watched it, skip this over because it's a bit of a spoiler alert. Nah, there, I gave it to you. Is when Nia dies, like the pale white hair girl that Simone falls in love with. I found this sad because I didn't see her death coming, They defeat the anti-spirals and he marries her, they kiss, and she just fades away. I'm like, what? I think everybody was, what? It's so ridiculous, And I thought it was the saddest thing ever. Not the saddest thing, obviously, but up until then, it was one of the saddest things I've seen. And it was just so ridiculous just to see her go like that. And Simone just knew it was coming too. That was the screwed up part. Alright. If I was Simone, I would have gone after Yoko after Nia died. I'm probably gonna get some hate mail after that, but well, that's just my personal opinion. Alright, number 6 is from a short anime called Elfenlied. It's Lucy's past. Lucy is also known as Niu. Whatever. It's like a Pokemon, honestly. Anyways, is when she was picked on from other kids, and she found a puppy, and another girl found the puppy, and she's like, "Hey, don't tell anybody I have a puppy," and she tells everybody she has a puppy, and these kids like beat the shit out of the puppy, and it's so ridiculous, and she kills them all within a blink of an eye. It's so ridiculous. Oh god, and it was very sad. Number 5 is the end to Code Geass. Another spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. Good anime. But the end to Code Geass is basically Lelouch. He has his friend, what was his name? Suzaku or Sasuke or something like that. I forgot his name. But he dresses up as Zero and stabs him so that I like this because it's very psychological. Because like have the whole world focus their hate on him and then he dies and psychologically the world could be at peace. That's a lot of psychology, you know. And there's a lot of beauty to that, and that's why it's number 5, because not only is it slightly sad, the sad part was when his body rolls down and basically his sister Nonali sees it and she's like, oh my god, she's freaking out. It's so funny. And then yeah, Suzaku Kuruki, that was the guy, if I'm not mistaken, in the Zero outfit. And then another sad part right after that was like Karin and one of the other prisoners were talking, is that so-and-so in the suit? And Karen interrupts him, he's like, USTFU, that is Zero, our hero and savior, da-da-da-da, whatever. And he's a little confused because Lelouch was Zero, and he's like, okay. Alrighty then. Number 4. It's the end of Cowboy Bebop. Another spoiler alert, but it's only 26 episodes, so I'll say it anyways. When Spike Spiegel dies, I found this very sad. This broke my heart in many ways, because Spike was one of my favorite characters of all time, and he had such a badass death, you know. He's walking down the stairs, looks at a bunch of people, bang! Music, sadness, and that was the only time I cried in watching anime. But it's not the saddest part, ironically. That was the only part in anime to make me cry because I didn't see it coming. Alright. Because he's the good guy, you know, he's Spike Spiegel. He's supposed to live, prevail, and whatnot. But apparently not. Alright, number 3 is in Trigun, when Vash the Stampede. I thought his past was very sad, but overall I thought the saddest part in that anime was when he was forced to kill Legato Blue Summers at the third to last episode, if I'm not mistaken. And I thought that was very psychological because he's got $60 billion double dollars on his head, which is a lot, I'm guessing. And, you know, he hasn't killed a single person in his life. He's taken a bunch of bullet holes throughout his whole freaking body. And, damn, he's just, he tried to not kill him. Like, and Legato, he's just a giant a-hole about it, you know. He's just like knees down and just like, kill me, please, I want to die, I want to make you suffer. And he just forces him to kill him. It's so sad, the psychology behind that one too. And he has a bout of depression about that. Alright, number 2, when L dies from Death Note. I thought this was extremely sad because L was a good guy, and I'm surprised he couldn't, like, he knew that Light Yagami was Kira, and he just couldn't prove it though, you know, because like once he had the Death Note, he didn't have enough time to just like, maybe fingerprints or something, but no. Oh well. I have finished that, and Death Note's actually one of my lesser favorite animes after L dies because it just goes downhill after that. And my saddest part in anime altogether, you'll probably disagree with it, but it's when, from Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood, and Regular, you'll probably know what it is. It's not the past of the Elric brothers, actually, because they prevail from their past, but my saddest part is when Maze Hughes dies. Very sad. In Brotherhood, it's only 10 episodes, which was too soon, in my opinion. And also, because, like, he was a father. He was a damn good father. You see him, like, leave that day of work, and he's like, don't worry, I'll be back. He's always gushing over his wife and 3-year-old daughter. His daughter was 3. That's so sad. And then, they're burying him, and the little daughter is just like, Mommy, why are they putting dirt on him? He has to get work done. And that makes Armstrong cry, and the brothers don't even know of his death, which was sad. And then Roy Mustang is like, it's a bad day for rain, and Hawkeye is like, WTF, it's not raining, and then he's crying. He's like, oh, you're right, it is raining. I thought that was sad. It didn't make me cry because I saw it coming, but that's definitely the saddest anime moment in my opinion so far. Alright, comment, subscribe if you want. I won't say the reason for it, but hope you enjoy. Please stay classy and stick around for later videos, and have a great lifetime. Bye-byes.